and none other than I would like to call Mr. Shah. He's the Chief Marketing Officer in UFlex, which indisputably is the largest flexible converter in the country. And also when it comes to recycling, I think they have set some gold standards in India. So over to you, Mr. Shah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think Divya, your presentation was very enlightening, right? Little concerned to see the challenge that recyclers are having on the spreads between the virgin and recycled material. So I think before I start my presentation, let me set a little bit of context about how we have grown as an economy, right? If you look at the last 30 years, I think the consumer goods industry or the CPCG industry in India has been primarily enabled by the flexible packaging industry to grow, right? So it has enabled products to be made available to consumers at affordable price points, right? So, like the Honorable Minister was here, who said that, kachra, all these things, this is an outcome of the way we behave as a society, right? How we dispose our waste, how we handle our waste, that's a challenge that we face as a society. But this does not mean that calling plastic bad or calling flexible packaging bad and then not allowing a large cross-section of our population to avail the benefits of the products which the brand owners have brought to the market. I think that's not fair, right? See, we are a very unique country, right? Largest population in the world, right? Largest consumer of unit packs, right? And therefore, we have to come up with solutions which are unique for our country. See, we don't have a tailor-made solution available anywhere else in the globe which we can pick up and bring into the country, right? So as a country, we have to create our own solutions, right? And therefore, when it's such a pleasant sight when you go across the hall and then you see so many, you see so many, people from the industry, right, putting in their bit, trying to come up with solutions, right, which enables, to overcome the challenges, which enables the society to overcome the challenges emanating out of plastic waste, right? Now, as you would have heard in the, from FSSI and, from BIS and of course from Divya, PET is a lot talked about, right? So PET is very well covered, right? So I would then, try and, take your attention, I'll try and talk a bit about the other, polyolefins, which is primarily the polypropylene and the polyethylene. So that's roughly, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. See, please understand that these are all solutions that we are trying to develop in the country. There is nothing there's a tailor-made solution available which we can bring in and incorporate into our manufacturing norms. See, it is easy to bring in a really high-tech product, put in a lot of money and come up with a product which ultimately cannot be taken to the market. Why? Because our market is a low unit pack market. Now, if you incorporate materials in that which are at very high price, then the entire purpose gets defeated, right? So therefore, we have to come up with solutions which are unique to this country, right? We have a responsibility to the society that live in, and therefore, collectively, we have to work to come up with solutions which probably we can kind of imbibe and in our manufacturing processes as we go forward. So it's a very short presentation and not cover too much of technicals. I'll just tell you, basically give an overview about what is being done, right? And these are all activities which we are doing in India, right? It's nothing that we acquired from someone and, we kind of translocated into the country. It's not like that. Yeah. So first slide, right? So this is a slide which actually, creates a lot of controversy in various platforms. What is good, what is bad, and so undoubtedly flexible packaging is the most affordable form of packaging, right? There is nothing which is more affordable than flexible packaging, right? if you are able to buy a product today at 1 rupee price point, whether it is a shampoo or whether it is a candy, yeah, please, you all know that it comes packed in a flexible packaging product. So, I mean, some insights, I think, for those who are aware or not aware about, how flexible packaging has enabled the industry. The first and foremost, right, is the lowest cost material. It gives you the least transportation cost, right? It's the most efficient in terms of storage. It enables all the brand owners to customize their offering, right, for the consumer. And more importantly, it gives you the best efficiency in your operations. Next. So what is being done? At a session 2 days back, which was done by PPRDC, so our chairman made a very, very interesting statement. He said that why should you wait to do something before a law comes into place? So there is a challenge, right? There are solutions to be formed. Why do you not do it on your own? And then once the law comes in, then you are trying to figure out as to how to circumvent it, right? So therefore, I think most importantly, what we need to understand that here is a challenge, and therefore, what is it that we are going to do to overcome a challenge? So therefore, and the industry and the brand owners, we have together worked on lot many elements, right? So, like you talk, this the session earlier covered a lot about usage of recycled content. You make packaging which is designed for recyclability. As a society, we need to improve our collection and recycling system. Work to be done on material innovation, and then you also look at reusable packaging models, right? Yeah. So rPET is something which is talked about a lot, right? It's been collected and recycled for a long time now. But the fact of the matter is, rPET alone is not enough, right? You have to look at the other elements, right? You have to look at RPP and RPE, because if you pick up any flexible packaging pack, right, PET is a component of that, but you also have a significantly large component of PP and PE, right? And together, along with rPET, they support circularity. Yeah. So I'll cover in brief about PP, right? Yeah, next. Right. So why RPP? So this is, if you look at the flexible packaging industry, this is broadly the way the consumption is spread, right? You have polyester and PP at about 30% consumption each, and you have PE which is at about a 35% consumption. Next, right? And if you look at a typical structure of a PP film, whether it is a cast polypropylene film or a BOPP film, you need to incorporate the PCR content in the mid layer, and depending on the equipment efficiency or the way your equipment is designed, you are able to incorporate the recyclate into it. Right. This is briefly on the process outline. So you have the washing process, then you have extrusion process, and then you have the conversion process, right? I can share this presentation in case anyone is interested. You can send a mail to me. I'll send it across to you. Right. Now, where will the feedstock come for this, right? So, the challenge everyone has is that, we are a mixed plastic market, right? And therefore, for your requirement, where will you get the feedstock from, right? So it's very interestingly, so on one hand, of course, you have the beverage bottle caps, but you also have a very large consumption of trays, of PP trays that packaged foods use, when they take the product to the market. And more interestingly, if you go around the market, you will find a lot of PP bags in which you have rice packaged. Rice is a very, very large commodity in India, and therefore you have a full PP structure rice bags which are available, which are brought into the recycling stream, and therefore from that's the stage from where you get your PP inputs. Yeah. Right. And this is how the process is defined of recycling post-consumer waste, which the important element is addition of special additives during the washing process, which has a good efficacy for de-inking and acts as a microbial agent. Right. Next. So in a de-inking process, basically you are using technology and chemicals to basically remove the ink, right? And then it goes for your recycling. Right? So this basically illustrates the mechanism of ink removal, which has both a chemical and a mechanical process. Right. Next. So a comparison of the pellets which are manufactured either using without de-inking and with de-inking, and therefore you can see that the pellets with de-ink are much more clearer and can be used for same application when you are making films again. Right. Next. So this is the process for a single, what is defined as a single pallet manufacturing technology for the pallets, which are then used as a recyclate. Yeah. These are some of the test results which our products have been exposed to, right? And we have the FDA approval for PP, right? But as the gentleman of FSSI was saying, so it's going to be a long drawn process, right? We are currently in the process of getting the BIS for PET recyclate approved. So therefore, for PP and PE to follow, it is going to take time. But this is to assure the industry per se that we are on the job. We have made investments and into technology which can recycle these products, and which ultimately, we do not want that to go into downstream application, but used in a similar application going forward. Yeah. So these are some of the other test results which talk about phthalates and heavy metals. Right. Yeah. Next. Right. And specific migration. Yeah. And this is the document which has been published on the FDA site, right? Which approves the product, right? And for use. So going forward, as and when we start getting approvals in India, this product, once it is approved for food contact application, and once the overall the plastic waste management rules and the EPR etc. evolve, then this comes part of the regulations. Right. Next. So the reprocessed PP can be used in combination, and will go into packaging applications which currently face a challenge. Because if you see the market, there are a lot of products which are packed exclusively on PP based laminates, right? It includes biscuits, noodles, etc. And therefore the opportunity will emerge for them to use recycled material going forward. But as I said, it's going to be a long journey, because by the time you are able to get the approvals in place, the standard are established, it is going to be a journey which I cannot define at this point of time as to how long it's going to take. But as an industry, we are working towards. We got the product ready. Now it is incumbent on the regulatory side for it to be approved and be made part of the to be allowed to be used as for food contact application. Yeah. Right. And so these are the other uses for which the RPP can be used. Yeah. Yeah. So I move on to the second product. So talk, as I mentioned, I'll cover primarily polypropylene and polyethylene, right? So I'll cover a bit about PE. Right? So this is what the product will look like. So you have a middle layer in which you have the recycled content incorporated, right? And in the typical blown film line, you bring it to the middle layer, which is not in direct contact with the product which is packed inside. Right. Next. Sorry. The same process as you saw for PP, similar process for de-inking and processing of the material. Right. We'll go to the next stage. Next. Thank you. Yeah. So where is the feedstock going to come from? Yeah. First and foremost, ink pouches. Milk pouches. Right. So as everyone is aware, I mean, this is a product you see every day. There's a very large availability of milk pouches today. So approximately, I think about 230,000 tons of milk pouches annually. And therefore, if you look at the regulation, which says 10% is the EPR target the first 2 years. So between polyester and polyethylene, you have adequate material available to meet the EPR target. So as some of you who are in the industry would be aware, I think on the 3rd of June, there's a clarification which came to the notification which said that you can apply for waiver, but however, it's not that you will not be required to discharge your obligation. You will be given a 3-year tenure to discharge obligation for FY26, which means that in FY27 you will not have the same option. So it was only a waiver for 1 year that you will get, and thereby you will get a period of 3 years to discharge the obligation. So I mean, so coming back to the point, so you have the RM sources available from the milk pouches. Yeah. So again, you go through the process of de-inking because it's printed on the surface. So milk pouches alone is not the only product which is available, right? As you would see in the market, you have a very, very large consumption of edible oils, which also come in poly bags. But as some of you who are familiar with the industry would know that those poly bags are actually not pure polyethylene, but have a nylon content in that. So you have to first educate the edible oil industry to use products which do not have nylon content, but those products are also available, and those do not come at a very exorbitant cost, which the industry believes it does. And therefore, if you are able to get that industry migrated into using poly bags which do not which are devoid of nylon, so that product will also be available to come into the stream of recycling. Okay. Next. So this is how it looks after the film is removed, devoid of the ink. Yeah. And this is how it similar to the polypropylene. This is how the pellets look post de-inking, and if it's not de-inked, that's how it looks. Yeah. Next. Similar in the process of grinding. This is the entire flow chart of how you process the material. Yeah. Next. So you already have a US FDA opinion on UFlex's de-inking process. The product, again, as I mentioned earlier, as is the case of PP, the PE film also has been approved. Yeah. Next. Right. And these are the test results for the various requirements that have to be fulfilled. Yeah. So this is on the specific migration. Yeah. Next. Again, the same website. The website it's published, and the product is approved. Yeah. So this is what I talked about, the availability of milk pouches. So you have approximately about 235 tons of 1,000 tons of milk pouches film available, which can be recycled. Yeah. And of course, then you have the shopping bags, which have to be virgin material, right? And they can also go into the recycling stream. Yeah. Yeah. So broadly, I think I gave you some insights about the opportunities which are available on the PP side as well as the PE side, in addition to the PET, which is much talked about and has a very, very robust system in place. Thank you so much.